hello, hello.
Ooh,
What a weekend. What a weekend this has been. You okay?
yep.
This weekend was long for me.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a weekend like that quite a while. State meet
Yeah.
3 days in a row.
Yeah.
But then I started to think back, and my weekends were longer than this, and because it used to be all levels and action and things like that, all in the same weekend. But now it's not. So I guess I'm just complaining for nothing.
Not necessarily. If you're doing like 10 competitions when you're like 25, I mean, even in your 40s, like I couldn't imagine like standing on my feet. I probably would have been like, honey, I'm going to sit down somewhere.
Well, it's kind of mentally exhausting. That's what it is. It's that because
Mm-hmm.
now all kids have different personality, and then you have to be a coach, not only teaching them the skill, but you also got to teach to tame down the personality sometimes because it's
Mm-hmm.
out of control.
Yep.
And then some other ones you have to bring them up. Some kids you got to bring up, and some kids you got to tone down.
What's easier?
Which is easier?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's hard to move a rope. I know you heard me say that before, but it's hard to push a rope. Like, for example, if I have this pencil, right, I could move it easily, right? If this was a rope, if I push, it falls.
Yeah.
So, like what happens is some kids go into a fetus position when they get scared,
Mm-hmm.
while other you have to direct them. And I don't think any one of them is my favorite because if you could move a kid, then they're straighten up. So a rope you pull,
Mm-hmm.
you don't push.
Right.
A pencil you push. You can
Yes.
redirect that.
Yes.
So it's almost like if you have water coming down, right? If you try to stop the water like this, it splashes all over the place. But if you cup your hand, you could guide it. So that's basically what you deal with kids today. But anyway,
So both have their challenges because you didn't.
they do both
Okay.
have challenges.
Because I was expecting you to say one or the other.
Well, it's yin and yang. So if you have a yin, you have to make it more yang. If you have a yang, you have to make it more yin. The thing is to create balance on either of the situation and to learn to recognize it.
Hey, D.
Hi, D. Um, learning to recognize is the important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't recognize it, you can't do anything about it. Like you don't know what to do. You're just like, well, you're not doing what I'm telling you.
Yes.
So that's it. So I had a busy weekend, and so did you. Talk about my stepdaughter, your daughter.
Yes. Graduation was Saturday.
Uh-huh. And so sorry I missed that.
We had Saturday morning class.
Mm-hmm.
Before that.
Right.
Then we went to graduation. Then we went to dinner. We had a nice dinner. All the family went. And then we just sort of hung out for the rest of the day. Then we celebrated Mother's Day in church. Hey, Daryl. And then after church, my mom, sister-in-law, and sister came over for ice cream. So we did, it was pretty tame because we usually cook, but none of the moms were cooking. We're not doing that on Mother's Day.
Oh, Daryl's tuning in from Dallas tonight.
So we, we just kept it simple and had ice cream.
So you had ice. Did you have lactose-free ice cream?
I did not.
Oh.
So when I got up this morning, my stomach was not happy with me.
Well, when you called me when I was at the competition, you told me that your stomach was bothering you. But now I know.
That was a different day.
Wow.
You were gone a lot of days.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
But I was seeing spirit. Let me tell you. So when I met Vince, you have worked with him before.
Yes. At least twice. At least.
But here's the funny thing, because he said, "Hey," he called me.
Uh-huh.
You know where I saw him? When the first time I saw him?
On a set.
No, he was not on a set. Maybe it was. No. The first he was calling me. And he said, "Hey, I worked with your wife on." I forgot what set you were on, but then we started talking because we
Where
have
did you
it.
see him?
He was on the Thruway going towards New Jersey. I was
He's
actually
shaking
coming
his head.
back.
Yes, that is
I was
crazy.
actually coming back, and he recognized me and he called me and said, "Hey." So
That's so crazy.
right.
Vince is, thank you, Charles. Charles is giving a shout out, wishing me a happy Mother's Day. Sending you love, Charles. Sending you much love. Vince is one of the chillest people like I have met on set. Even, and I think the first, both times he and I worked together, we were probably both doing background, and even as a background actor, he was like the chillest dude in the room and still like commanding like authority, like walking. He was walking.
Oh,
he was already in character as a detective doing background.
But I gotta tell you something, and we're gonna show his reel later on, and that's what I wanted to say, because what you just describing us, is exactly what makes him a great actor. I'm gonna tell you why, because he goes from zero then to 60 in a minute. All right, and I tell you why.
There you have it, guys.
I tell you why I think that, and it's because well, let me show you. Let me see if I can show you why I think that is. Let me see if I don't make a mistake and put the wrong. You see that?
We've never seen Vince at Urban Action.
You see what I'm saying? We were there though.
Going to the same event, that's crazy. I'm like, wait, we've never seen Vince there.
Yeah, well, we had a talk about that, so I knew. So I knew that he was a martial artist.
I think. Okay, so I think definitely when the next time we go to Urban Action, we need to like shoot Vince.
Oh, definitely.
Like, Vince, are you going?
Definitely. Yeah, because we started talking about that and started talking, because I think I was choreographing a fight scene at the time for that thing, and we started talking about it. I said, yeah, I do a little bit fight choreography. So we started talking about that. So that's how I knew that he went to Urban. And there you go. There's the photo.
That's just crazy.
Okay,
very, very small world.
So what I'm going to do, as I always do. Hey, Charles. Yeah, we all need to go this year. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show a video. And
when was that? We all need to go this year. Yeah. What year? Maybe when Vince comes on, we'll ask him what year that was, because Charles was asking when was that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Charles was there too. That was before the pandemic, I believe. Yeah. Okay.
BC, before COVID.
Yeah.
The other BC.
Okay, so I'm gonna play his reel.
Let's do it.
And then you could see what I'm talking about as far as his acting.
0 to 60.
And when we come back, he's gonna be on with us, so we're gonna bring him on. So do you want to introduce him?
You guys, we are going to play the reel from the super talented actor, Vince Edgehill. And after we play his reel, he's going to be in the studio, not live, but virtually, with Pedro and Crystal from Tweed Talks.
Live.
Hey, Michael, I can understand and respect your need for confidentiality, but look, help me understand what's going on.
He grabbed me. Very inappropriately. Maybe I provoked it.
No, Michael, listen. I can only imagine what you must be feeling right now. I know this is very difficult. More importantly, you mustn't blame yourself for this. Now, I do have to report all cases of this type, so I'd like to refer you to my colleague Heather. Heather will take immediate steps to ensure your safety from here on in. I've known her for years. She's very approachable, and she'll be able to guide you through this process. Imagine half of that mob charging up and down the street, and then imagine your mother getting caught in that mob. But you don't see that, do you?
But it doesn't matter. And you're still only a basic officer.
Stand up, Archer. Stand up! Wipe that fucking grin off your face before I knock it off. Name and number.
4721. Archer, sir.
I give you my fucking coffee and you think you could sit here and talk shit about me? Hunter!
All right. Are you still here?
Hey, I can't retire on this salary. What the hell are you doing here?
I don't know.
You dumbass, Hunter. I don't even think I want to know. Come on. I don't need the paperwork.
I'm looking for a boy named Keloid.
One upstairs, huh? Yeah.
Oh,
No, he don't live here no more. Him and his mama moved away a few months ago.
thanks.
You're welcome. Hey, I said he don't live here no more.
Sir, have you seen this girl?
They didn't have no visitors.
Can you just look at the picture? It's my daughter and she's missing.
Can you make that a little bigger? I can.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Sorry.
Hey, new guy. What happened to the other guy?
Turns out he wasn't really working for us. He's just some sick kid who likes taking pictures of dead people.
Doesn't anybody do background checks anymore?
Hey, the funny thing about it is they both vanished around the same time. It's almost like they were working together.
Hey, let's split, grab a cold one. Hey, new guy, you coming?
Nah, I still got some more shots to do. Why don't you just send me a text and I'll meet up with you guys, all right?
You got it.
Yeah, go, look. Look at my place, huh? Look what your European girlfriend has done to my place, huh?
Call the police?
Call the police. I should call the police. Are you going to repair this? I don't think so, my friend. There's a problem with you white people. You think you can do any damn thing you want. Are you listening to me? Do you have a brain inside there? Hey, I'm talking to you. You got to get your ass out of my store, seriously. Hey, come on. Look, Jesus.
What the?
Oh, man. That brings back memories.
Bro. Love that. Such an excellent reel showing so many different levels, ranges of your acting, Vince. Excellent. Very nice.
Thank you.
It started really soft. I started building up and building up and building up. And then the last part, man, I didn't want to see that.
Look, he's in character. He's still in character.
I don't want to see my brother get shot.
No, I'm laughing because that's some clips from my old reel, and I haven't actually seen those in a while. And it brought back some memories, and yeah, I really thank you for that. Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me and having me on. And you two are both wonderful people. I mean, ever since I've known Crystal, known you, I mean, you and I have a shared connection back with my old instructor that Seafood Tayari and a few others. And Crystal, we did the background work a few times, and then we both blossomed from there and kept moving forward.
That's what it's all about. Well, when my wife told me that you are chill,
super chill.
The word that she uses for me is zen.
Mm.
I would imagine that that's because of your martial art background.
I'm told that, yes. My wife even studied martial arts. She studied Taekwondo.
Oh, really?
A number of years, and I think she made it up to brown belt level, but then her instructor left. So she's quiet too, reserved, but big person. I'm like you. My wife is like Crystal, bubbly, like the party. Me, I'm like you, Pedro. I just sit back and observe. That's how I noticed you, because he observes.
Am I bubbly?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Well, that's what makes it balanced, because and if I'm bubbly, then she's quiet. So because that's what the balance is. The balance is that we balance each other. So if I'm too hyper, she calms me down. If
Right.
she's too hyper, I have to calm her down. And it doesn't happen all the time, but she recognizes it when I need to turn her down. Like, honey, could you give me
Oh
some?
yeah, yeah.
So like when she's way too bubbly or too excited about something and
Mhm.
private or something.
Yeah, yeah. I need somebody to calm me down, to throw some cold water on me. Sit down, sit down.
Yeah, that's good.
Where is that picture? Pull that picture up that we showed of Vince at the Urban Action. And I want to, Vince, do you remember what year
I
that
think
was?
it was 2018, I want to say. I want to say 2018 because that was for the film The Fearless One that I was in, and we went to the Urban Action Showcase for that.
Okay.
So I believe it was 2018 for The Fearless One.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Mhm.
That is such a great
Great
event to
Yeah.
go to. What was your experience like going there, Vince?
Loved it. I mean, I got to see a bunch of wonderful films from
Oh yeah.
different directors, wonderful talent, and to get to see some martial arts legends that were there. It was
Mhm.
it was fantastic.
Hmm.
Right.
I was supposed to go back the 2 years later when they did the Fearless 2, but I don't think
Mhm.
they made it to the festival or something. But I haven't really been back since. But that's one of the experiences I really loved right there in the city. See it up on the big screen.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't go the last time because we had a prior engagement that we couldn't go, and but we wanted to go. I think it was what anniversary, 10th anniversary or something like that.
Oh yeah,
But
that's
we always support
Yeah.
Dimitris on that. Um, and if we're not busy, we definitely going this
Mhm.
year.
Yeah.
So you have a couple of projects that you're doing now, huh?
yeah. Finally got to do a film up in the Hudson Valley
Mhm.
Hey.
called A Paracosm,
Hmm.
Mhm.
where I have a nice supporting role opposite this actor Will Hockman, who's on Blue Bloods.
Yeah, of
Right.
course. Of
Yeah, he
course.
plays Tom Selleck's grandson, I think it is.
I love Blue
Mhm.
Bloods.
Yeah, we had a wonderful time
Hmm.
doing that. I don't know when it's coming out. We shot it last year, and then there's another film, a short film I did up in Syracuse
Hmm.
called A Cookbook.
The cookbook, right?
And
Yeah.
that's getting a lot of traction, which is really surprising. And it's going to be screened at the Big Apple Film Festival on May 25th,
Oh,
the closing night. So I don't know if that means anything, but I'll be going. My wife and I'll be going to that.
Very nice. Very nice.
that's good. So,
And then, of course, I had other little parts. I had a nice recurring role in Raising Canaan for
Yes.
a
oh,
season and a half, two seasons, and a few other nice little projects for the networks, which
mhm.
pay very well because we're in SAG, so you get the nice full pay and
Right.
residuals.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So that is the one thing that I have left to book is like network television.
I've been fortunate. You will. It's a
Yeah.
grind.
Gotta hear a lot of no's sometimes before you hear a yes. So, it's just the nature of the game.
But you haven't auditioned too much for those.
I have submitted.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have submitted.
You get the no's, and then sometimes even when you get pinned, or they want.
Oh gosh, that's brutal.
I mean, I'm pinned for something right now, and this was 1 week ago, and I guess with the writer's strike and everything
Right.
else, so I'm waiting. I'm going to call my manager tomorrow to see where that's going. But last year they were laughing at me because it went through a series of 5 pins on shows,
Mm-hmm.
and at the last minute, we're going in another direction. We put
I
that.
have had that multiple times. Big commercials. Oh my gosh, and that's
Oh.
like, yeah.
Well, I've seen you in that commercial. I think it was for Raymore and Flanagan, I believe. Was
Oh
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And you should see me. I've seen.
Bigger commercials than that. As
Well,
far as,
I'm watching television, and my wife is sitting next to me. She's reading her book. That's Crystal. Well, what? Okay, good. So you went back to reading a book.
Listen, if
Yeah.
you mention my name, go to Raymond Flanagan, mention my name.
Yeah.
and
Oh.
they'll
Charge you
double.
more.
They'll charge you double.
Yeah, I get that when I go to competition, and the judges now know that she does this type of work. So
Mm.
I saw your wife from the commercial. I said, you got to judge my kid now.
Yeah, exactly. I get
Very
extra
good
points for
for
hmm So you're an only child, and you said you had a very active imagination, right?
yes, yes. Still
I
do.
wonder what that was like for your parents. Like, what is that kid doing?
They just let me run, and they would play along as well. Even to this day, my wife can tell you we'll be out shopping, and I'll just take on different personas and just act crazy. And she's like, "I'm not with him. I mean, I'm with him, but I'm not with him." And she's just like, "Okay."
I've done that before.
Where is the writer in you? Because I know that as a kid, I have multiple friends that were in there because
Mm.
and with my friends that were there, they thought I wasn't there because I was always away,
Yeah.
making up stories. Like I told a kid when I was a kid that my mother sent me a Superman costume from
Mm.
New York, and when I lived down in Dominican Republic. And I said, and every afternoon I go flying. And the kid said,
Yes.
yeah, I got the same suit.
I saw you flying.
I saw you flying.
Okay.
But yeah, that was my imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, as a child, you said so you grew up next to a very well-known actor, right?
Uh-huh.
A childhood friend.
Oh,
Keith
yes.
David.
Yes. I mean, we've known Keith taught me how to ride a bicycle, I think, when I was like
Wow.
8 or 9. I was a slow learner. And
Mhm.
my father came home from work. He was tired. Keith was across the street, came over and says, "I'll take it, Mr. Edgehill." And he pushed me back and forth until I finally got the hang of it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still friends to this day. I mean,
Nice.
his mother, my parents and his parents remained friends until they passed a few years ago.
Mhm.
And I'll still talk to Keith to get a little advice here and there about different things. And
Love that.
Keith is a wonderful human being, period.
That's
Besides
awesome.
being a wonderful actor and voice actor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I remember when he didn't have that voice. Put it
He
that
was, he
Was
was.
it squeaky?
It wasn't squeaky, but I remember when he was developing it, we were walking home from the train station one day.
Mhm.
And I didn't see him for like a little while. He was starting to get into book other work, and he's
Mhm.
like, "Hello, Vinny." I was like,
That's so funny.
"Where's that voice coming from?" He says,
Wow, that
I'm
was
gonna,
pretty
I'm going to do voiceover work to supplement my acting. And this is how you actually train your voice to do it. And I was like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Now it's perfectly natural to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
good. You know what's funny? When you were saying that, you sounded like him a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show you. I remember I was taking voice lessons for a very short
Yeah,
period
yeah.
of time. And the voice instructor, I had said to her that I don't really have a lot of range. I guess I do, but like on the lower register.
Mhm.
And she said, well, if you want to have a higher range, speak
this way.
in a higher tone. And I thought to myself, I'm like, wow, that's true because you're exercising. That's a muscle, and you can train that muscle to basically work the way you want it to.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, Jesus.
Hi, Jesus. Welcome to Tweed Talks.
Do you know Jesus, Vince?
My screen locked for a second.
Oh.
Jesus Santiago. It sounds familiar.
He's a martial artist.
Mm.
He does the Jeet Kune Do, and
Jeet Kune Do.
yeah, Jesus is the Latino Elvis.
I think we have a school near in Fishkill. I don't know if it's still in Fishkill or not. Jeet Kune Do school.
I think they have one. I never been to that one. The one in New Jersey I've been to, and the one upstate I've been to.
So I have a difficult question for you, Vince.
Uh-oh.
Difficult.
Do you prefer stage or film? Which one do you prefer?
My first go around, from 89 to 97 was strictly stage because we didn't have these opportunities.
Mm,
Now it's TV, film, new media.
whatever's paying the bills, right?
Yeah, well, not only that, I'm lazy. I don't feel like
Oh,
memorizing things, and at least new media, TV, film. You mess up, you get to do another take on stage.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so something good comes along, I would do stage, but right now, like you said, I want to pay some bills.
Yeah. You know,
Right.
and that makes so much sense because stage requires a lot of commitment. I
Yeah,
mean, even if you get something that's supporting or recurring, you potentially may not be filming every day, maybe a
right.
couple days a week, 3 or 4 days during the week, as opposed to stage. And like, if you have one of the pivotal characters, they're like, okay, you're going to be here 6 days a week.
Yeah,
3 hours or more. Sometimes you have an all day rehearsal, especially with like professional theater. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
What is this?
Didn't you perform over in New Paltz, Crystal?
Did
Yes.
at the Denizen.
I think
Yes.
yes, Denison. I hear they're very good. Yeah.
That was
Really, oh, such
That
an
was an
amazing
awesome,
experience.
awesome. Yeah. And then I thought, wow, that was amazing. And then you did the next one. I said, oh, that was amazing.
Hmm.
So, and it's not because you're my wife. What is this from, Vince?
That's from a short film called Tamburlaine, and I played Emperor Bajazeth, and that was a very well done short film.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And the producers of the film, for some reason, they still have it on the shelf. And I did that. We did that film maybe back in 2017,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just keeping it close to the heart. I guess it was just a passion project for them. But nice budget, great filming. Um, but I had a ball playing Emperor Bajazeth.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
That looks like an amazing, fun role.
Yeah, it was based on a book by Christopher Marlowe, who
Mhm.
is credited with teaching Shakespeare. So he was credited with helping Shakespeare develop his works.
Shakespeare, who's that?
Yeah,
Well, that's what it looks like. Just from the photo, you could
Yeah,
recognize
yeah,
that is
yeah.
that.
oh, thank
Jeffrey
you.
Markarian, just saying hi. Cool show.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
Hey, Jeffrey. Charles is also an actor,
Actor, martial
martial
artist.
artist. Yeah.
Yeah. Business owner, stuntman.
Oh yeah, stunt work. Oh God, that's great.
Eddie is also a martial artist.
Yep.
In fact, that same film Tamburlaine,
Hmm.
there's a gentleman that played one of my guards,
Mm-hmm.
and for some reason now I'm blanking on his name, but he does the stunt work on Law and Order
Wow.
for the detective in the law part. Again, I'm blanking on names, but he's done a lot of work. He's worked on that. God, he's gonna kill me too.
He'll come back to you.
Yeah, he worked on Black Panther and stunt work. I mean, a lot of major shows. He's a stuntman for the show Evil with Mike Coulter. He's Mike Coulter's stuntman as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah,
Ricky
we
Barksdale.
worked with him, man. in one
His
of
name is Ricky Barksdale. Ricky, if you're there, I remembered your name.
Hey, Ricky, shout out to Ricky Barksdale.
we worked with Mike. I will never forget that. We were
Oh,
freezing.
Mike Coulter, yeah.
Yeah, it was really cold outside. Some lady was running and fell down on her knees. It was crazy day. You don't remember
It
that?
was so cold, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Mike
It was
Coulter
an
is
outside riot scene in the film Skin in,
yes, Skin.
in February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Coulter is so cool. I
Gosh, yeah.
met him by walking into him when he was doing that show before the Luke
The
Cage.
Marvel. I was
Luke
going to say the Marvel show. Yeah, Luke Cage.
And I was doing background at that time, and I was at the craft table,
Mm-hmm.
and I just turned around and walked right into, because Crystal knows I'm short, and I turned and walked right, and it's just like, and he just looks down.
He's really tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he looks down at me, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Everything just went black. I couldn't. He just busted out laughing. And then
Wow.
on Skin, which was one of my last background things, he was there, and I almost walked into him again. I think he deliberately walked up to me, so I would walk
Oh,
into him.
okay.
But yeah, he's a wonderful person.
In Luke Cage, he worked with Marcus,
Hmm.
and then I told him, "Hey, my friend worked on Luke Cage." He said, "Yeah, how to throw it through a window." He glass right
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's crazy. So Vince, you were born in Forest Hills, Queens, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So is that where you grew up your whole life? And
No, I grew up in Corona, East Elmhurst, and that's a very historical area for the Black community. I mean, we grew up in the neighborhood of Malcolm X,
Mhm.
Louis Armstrong,
Mm-hmm.
uh, so many people. A lot of celebrities lived there at one time or another. Um, it was a great experience
Mm-hmm.
uh, to grow up at that time in that neighborhood, as far as having pride and culture.
Yeah.
And neighborhoods changed now, of course, over the years. More apartment buildings now. It's lost its charm.
Mm.
Hmm.
It's something that shaped um, Keith, myself. Um, you know of Kid and Play. The guy Play is from my neighborhood as well. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, he used to listen to me on the friend of mine, Donnie Lawrence, would have a turntable and we would spin records in the park, and I would be an MC on the mic. And then later on, it turns out Donnie's younger brother, Ron, became one of Diddy's engineers.
Oh.
His name's Ron Amin Ra Lawrence, and he produced a number of hits, one for Biggie and a lot of people. So, like I said, our neighborhood was pretty much geared to arts and entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful time. Wonderful.
I love that. You know, we had done an interview with the sound curator for the Hip Hop Museum that
Ooh.
is basically in its inaugural season in the Bronx, and you
Mhm.
know they have like a little flagship type thing that they're doing now. And
50 years anniversary.
he talked about, you know, just the richness of the culture in that area
In
as
that
well.
area, yeah.
Your brother was talking about it in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
So wonderful.
My
Yeah,
brother's
well,
Mhm.
we're still battling with the Bronx because Ron had dug up some footage that we started doing records and talking back in '67. But you know, what can we say?
Yeah, my brother's still there.
Mhm.
Eli Two Boys, who we talking about, he did the engineering
He's
for
the curator of sound for the
Mm.
for
Hip Hop Museum,
Hip Hop Museum.
which is open to the public. So if you guys want to have a tour, I don't know how to set that up,
Just
but it's open.
send me $5, I'll take you there.
We forgot our water today.
So yeah, we usually bring. Hello, Sam.
Water, please. Water.
Wow.
So where are you based full time, Vince?
Town of Poughkeepsie, New York.
Oh, okay. We go there a lot.
Stand up. Do we?
Yeah, we shot a lot there in Poughkeepsie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore, but yeah. I mean, every film that was shooting up here was shooting like Poughkeepsie, New Paltz
It
area.
became the new Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood on the Hudson Valley.
Less than a mile from Raymore and Flanagan.
That's right. You know, I went over there to. I wanted to get some furniture. I said, "Listen, my wife did the commercial." He said, "Well, you want to give me the
Yeah,
discount?"
he wasn't trying to.
He wasn't
having
budging
it.
at all.
He wasn't having it. Oh, great.
Oh, that's great.
I'm gonna pay for your furniture. Hmm.
So tell me about your writing.
I write back and forth little. I love horror, thriller,
Oh, okay.
that type of style. I did write a martial arts film. I wrote The Fearless 2, actually,
Mm-hmm.
the sequel to The Fearless 1. And I laid the foundation maybe to about 90% of what they shot. Of course, you know, when you write, people add their own little touches to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy writing, like I say, horror, science fiction. I've had a few things produced, which was nice.
Right, right.
Um,
Is one of them on Prime Video?
on Tubi. Tubi TV has
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fearless 2, and also I wrote some of the episodes of The King of Newark 2. That's also on Tubi TV.
Okay.
That is awesome.
Yeah, Tubi. Yeah, I thought I saw something that you had on Prime Video.
There might be something. I may have been Kettle, but I'm not sure. Sometimes it's like you do so many things. It's like, did I do that? Oh yeah, I
We're
did.
in so many
Yeah.
projects, Pedro. Please keep up.
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, but Tubi is good. Tubi. Or not.
I feel like one day you were watching Tubi and were on the couch for
Well,
many, many hours.
well, I was watching it
Movies
because
back to back.
because the martial art kids is now on Tubi. And
Oh, okay.
We
Okay.
told people
Yes.
the martial art kid
Mm-hmm.
with Marcos.
Well,
No, yeah, that is on Tubi, and there's a lot of other stuff on Tubi. So
Oh
we're
yeah.
gonna have to check out your project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So Vince, here's my next important question.
Mm-hmm.
If you could work on any set,
Mhm.
what would it be? Whether it's a show or something, a show, network TV, what would it be?
I think I would like to work on a Marvel series. I love
Ooh.
that atmosphere. Again, that's one of the things I was pinned on to be a doorman on one of the series,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually cut the scene. So, the casting people still keep calling me for other projects because, as you know, Crystal, it's relationships. So,
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
who knows? They can count on you. They'll call you for something else.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to do a Marvel series.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe we should write it.
Charles says yes.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
so I'd like to do
exactly.
Marvel as well. Mm-hmm.
I agree with you, Charles.
I was always thinking that I would like to do a film, like be like one of, and I don't even know what character, but in a Marvel film for sure,
Mhm.
for sure. Because I was just thinking to myself, like I want to be in Black Panther too. Like when
Mm.
Listen,
Layla.
I've been lying about Black Panther because there were so many black people in there. Who's gonna look? They said, I was in Black Panther. Didn't you see me?
Oh my goodness. You're so-
Well, Crystal, I've always seen you. I'm thinking of you in Bridgerton, one of those series.
Oh yeah, no. That was.
Charmed. I would love to do Bridgerton.
Oh, you're talking about my wife.
Of course.
Yes.
Oh,
You and I would be in.
I wasn't there, but nobody knew because they used the body double of the guy, the lead guy.
Oh my gosh.
The
Okay.
body,
that was you.
that was me.
No, Pedro, you and I will probably
Oh,
play.
you're talking about Reggae John Page.
Yes. That
Mm.
the from here down they shot it.
Oh, okay, honey.
Pedro and I will probably
Don't
play
let that get it wrong.
detectives on something.
Hmm?
You and I will probably play a couple of old beaten down detectives on a crime film or something like that.
I love
Yeah,
it. I love it.
They never booked me for my age though. They said, and we're looking for somebody my age. And then when I auditioned, they said, no, you look too young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you said that age.
Yeah.
You said that. So now I'm looking for younger.
Yeah, let's write a series. You guys are like half brothers that were like grew up for a couple years together, and then the parents split up, and then you guys come back together, and it's got to be like a action comedy though, an action comedy.
Let me write that down.
Yeah.
We have our secret
like
past, and then we're linked together, and we finally fight together.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's hysterical because you guys are trying to fight everyone, but you're going around challenging like professional fighters or whatever, or something like that. It's got to be something funny like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the older you are, the wiser you get. So, like now, when somebody younger throws a punch, you just move to the spot where it's going to land. because you already know. So you just wait for the there.
Exactly.
That's
You
it.
know what? You know what they say when you're learning martial arts.
Yeah.
You're like a baby trying to figure out the steps. Then
Hmm.
when you're intermediate, you're doing all this, that, and then
Right.
when you're older, it's simple steps, simple
That's
movement.
right. And that's what it is.
That's it. You know.
That's what it is. Even when I was younger, that was my thing. I was just showing my girls because one of my girls said that she got hit,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just showing her something simple for her to do. And it only takes about 5 minutes. The more complex, the more complicated it is, the less you'll be able to use it.
Yeah.
That's
So-
why I love. That's why I love Wing Chun.
Hmm.
Ah,
That's right.
oh my gosh. Okay,
Yeah.
so we got to think of the title for this movie.
Wing Chun and grappling. That's all I need to do now.
It is a combination of two. Now, don't concentrate on the finger, or you will miss all that heavenly glory.
Ah!
Jesus is probably passing out right now.
Hey, Sabrina.
Jesus lost Bruce Lee. He dressed like Bruce Lee all the time. Hey, Sabrina.
Something with Wing Chun OGs, but it has to be. I want it to be like in the vein of They Call Me Bruce, like very comedic.
Oh, I love comedy too. So
Yeah.
He was my student. Johnny Yoon.
Johnny Yoon, yes.
oh wow,
Yeah, just before he did that movie. One of the characters is called Little Pete, which was because in honor of me. Yeah, he was my student. Everything that he did with nunchucks, that was me.
Mm-hmm.
Diamond. Oh, hey, Diamond. She said, I would love to know this art. Oh, okay. So here's another thing that I'm going to put in. So you guys, like, whenever you go around to, like, fight people, you always have, like, Ben Gay in the bag.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Ben Gay or, like, okay, Vince.
Tiger Bomb.
You literally took the words right out of my mouth because I was going to say, no, Tiger Bomb. And then you said it.
Tiger Bomb,
Like,
yes.
Tiger Bomb. I don't know. Something else. And
That could be secret
maybe you guys are throwing some bad kicks in the corners.
that could
know.
be the secret weapon.
Yeah, it's a weapon I use now without even fighting.
Because it is
Mhm.
it is the art of fighting without fighting.
Yes.
Sabrina says that Tiger Bomb is all Chris ever used. It's effective. It is effective.
So we could listen. You writing something here? We're gonna have to get in touch with Chris Washington. He's a writer.
Yeah. Okay. So
He's
Sabrina.
done many screen.
Yes.
Okay,
listen, Sabrina. Also, tell Chris that we have to. We have to post his reel on Tweed Talks too, so she can watch the reel, so she can show it to Chris.
Oh yeah.
Chris is such a brilliant writer. Her husband, he's such a brilliant writer, but he writes like fantasy, sci-fi type. I'm gonna say more
unbelievable.
yeah, fantasy type. Really, really great. What do I need to learn this art? Diamond is asking.
Diamond, you should have listened to me when I went to see you.
Oh, that was funny. Wait, wasn't she doing like the nunchucks? That was fun.
It's very simple. Diamond, I could probably teach you through this format.
Like a Zoom type.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 3 forms, but the application, I have a twist on it, or the way I use it, right?
I was learning it at one point, but then I was just like,
yeah,
never mind.
She said, "Don't laugh."
What she said? Oh, don't laugh.
Yeah, she said.
Oh my gosh. So you know what else I was thinking? Also, I mean, Virginia's a big state. If for me, I would prefer learning in person, but
yeah,
but Zoom. I mean, we all have done Zoom before too. But I wonder if there's like a really good Wing Chun school in Virginia. Vince probably knows because Vince gets around.
A lot of places there are. But if you learn the form and then you could start doing some of the application from the form.
Yes.
And
yes.
For you, Diamond, I don't know. Wing Chun is actually means spring, beautiful springtime.
Beautiful
It's a woman that created it.
That could be a kid's name.
A woman created it. Yes.
Wing Chun, right? Beautiful springtime.
Yeah, it is a woman.
Oh, and Diamond. She said y'all are amazing. So definitely. Zoom is where it's at.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we have written
The red.
we have written part of a script right
Mhm.
here on this interview, during this interview.
Yes.
So,
We take
I don't know where that came from. But
what Vince?
We'll take any donations for the project. We're
yeah.
open.
What do they call that?
Crowdfunding.
Not
GoFundMe?
Crowdfunding.
crowdfunding. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Clara Carrillo. She said, "Thank you for sharing this." Haha, Crystal, you said Vince gets around. Oh yeah, I mean, Vince is very well known in the Hudson Valley just for being on sets and stuff. But that's where it's at. I mean, if anyone that's on is looking to Indiegogo, that's what it is. If anyone is on that's looking to get into acting that's in the Hudson Valley, now is the time. And I'm sure Vince would agree with me.
Oh yeah. We just got the 40% kick.
Yes, I saw that. I'm so
That's more than we
excited.
did in New York City.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have a lot of work coming up. Well, once
Yeah,
things go
okay.
down with the unions.
Or Kickstarter. Yes, Charles, that's another one. Kickstarter.
I think that's what Master.
Yeah. So anyone that is looking to get into acting, or Diamond asked a question about martial arts for Wing Chun, send us a message.
Yeah.
And also this time of year, what month are we in? May. Yeah, from like April to I'm gonna say like November, it's really busy in the Hudson Valley with films and stuff like that. I would say probably in general, wherever you are, where the weather is nice, if they're filming a lot there, just think between those months when they can shoot outside and things like that. It's definitely a good time to jump on it. We're getting a lot of people that are now asking about acting. So Charles, include me with your project. Charles, okay, I'm gonna write a part for Charles right now. What is gonna be Charles is gonna be in there too, and I feel like he's gonna be your corner man, your cut man, and he's gonna be definitely more comic relief and just like, hey man, get me some ice, and he's gonna bring you something that you didn't ask for. Like it's gonna be something bizarre or something like that.
Well, Charles already got all the medicine. Remember on his booth, he had all those. Drink this water.
Oh yes. Charles is gonna be.
He sells a special water.
Charles is gonna bring you like remedies that you should not be using.
Oh wow.
We can discuss what the water supposedly does.
Okay.
Yeah, remember?
Okay. So, let's just say this.
So, you know that blue pill?
Remember that scene in The Golden Child?
He got it.
When Eddie Murphy was on the street and he was trying to buy stuff from that guy in Tibet. He was like, you kind of say it. Oh, this was on the plane. And then the lady's like, you kind of say it, kind of. He's like, good to keep a gang up. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, Chagra is the water that Charles Hamlet is he's pushing, and the guy from Spartan.
We have actually a question.
A question, good question for
because we're going off on a tangent with this new film. Hey Vince, do you ever collaborate with other writers?
Yes, I have. I've collaborated with other writers on King of Newark 2, and also the gentleman who wrote the cookbook. I recently sent him my scripts for him to go over them, Mr. Licata there, and he sent me back some great notes. I'm rewriting stuff, and I'm definitely going to give him credit on whatever I write that he's given me. I mean, he gave me such great input on one story where it's two women are taking their revenge on a guy who killed their niece and son.
Wow.
And he gave me back some fantastic notes that actually went back into the short story and rewrote about a third of it.
Ben, so now that we have you on, do you know any writer managers for like screenwriters?
I mean, I freelance with the company. My manager is Entertainment Lab. I'm with that group for management. My agent is Mosby Talent. But as far as Entertainment Lab, they do have a division that handles writers. I'm not officially with them,
Okay.
but as far as getting a manager for a writer, that's almost a little harder, actually,
Wow.
Yeah.
than
Okay.
trying to get a manager for acting. And because
And it may be even harder now, right? What do you think with the right with the strike and everything?
yeah, I think it's a little harder. I mean, that's the reason why I got to do that comedy bit with. Um, I recently did a comedy bit. It's on YouTube, and oh my god, I can't believe. See, I blank sometimes, which is why I don't like to do stage work. But Justin Thoreau.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So I did this YouTube video. We did this fake round table.
Yeah,
I shouldn't call it fake. It was a real round table. It's on YouTube. REC, the Hollywood
the Hollywood
Recorded,
Reporter. Mm-hmm.
and he's a prolific writer. I don't know how many people realize that Justin Thoreau wrote Iron Man 2, Tropic Thunder,
Hmm.
uh, this other thing with Ben Stiller as well. And
Wow.
he says I got to talk with him. We're on set all day,
Hmm.
and he says writing isn't what people think it is, and to get established, it's hard
Mm.
Hmm.
because the two guys who put together that video, I'm finally wrapping the story here, is Jeremy Levick and Rajet Sharesh. And these are two guys maybe in their 30s. They're writers for Stephen Colbert.
Hmm.
Mm.
At one point for his Tuning Out the News, they knew me from, I forgot where, but they wanted to work with me and they brought me in on that project. And they even told me writing is hard.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it's hard to get represented.
Right,
Wow.
right.
That's
I
interesting.
tried for a while, and it's hard. All you do is you get a lot of calls of people trying to get your money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna post this other question
I mean, the
here.
only reason why I wrote the Fearless 2 was because I was in the Fearless 1 and I told the guys we were doing promos for it. And I told them, I said, I had a dream about the Fearless 2, how this, and they just looked at me and were like, okay, write it.
Wow.
And
See,
just
it's
from
like
there,
when
so,
the ideas start flowing.
yeah.
So Sabrina has a question. So it's her husband she's referring to because he reached out to me and I didn't really know. So how you got started and suggestions for a script writer who has scripts ready to sell.
Well, I got started in the business because of Keith.
Keith
I was in his shadow. His mother would tell me, oh, Keith is in from this play. Keith is in from here. Oh, Keith just got back from, I think when he did The Thing. He just got back from that. So he inspired me. I was always looking around, lurking in the background. And one day I said I would do it. And I went to Nassau Community College for a class just to see if I had any talent. And the instructor there was like, how long have you been acting? I said, no, this is the first day I'm here. And she told me how to get headshots, Lillian Pape. She's probably left us now, but she told me how to get headshots, put a resume together, and that was my first go around. As far as writing, just when I was at Labyrinth, I've been fortunate. I've been in a lot of the right places at the right time.
Hmm.
So I'm an alum of the Labyrinth Theater Company in New York. And the people who were teaching there was Stephen Adley Gurgis, who's up for a Tony Award, actually now. Shirley Shallett, Mums. These were people who taught me different things about writing. Patrick, God, I can't remember his name.
That's okay,
Anyway,
Patrick.
John Patrick Shanley, sorry. These were people I got to interact with, and they told me different tips on writing. And basically, what they said, if you're starting writing, write what you know,
Right.
because you'll be able to write what experiences that are personal to you, what you feel. And the perfect example of somebody who did that and became a star was John Leguizamo.
Mm-hmm.
Wrote
Yeah.
about his childhood growing up.
Yeah.
And then he would write other experiences. So before you go branching off into other things, write something very personal to you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to use your name, and you'll see how things will flow. And the best way to do that too is write a synopsis.
Mm-hmm.
You may have a whole idea. Try to write a paragraph of what happens first, another paragraph of what happens second. Don't worry about dialogue, anything. Write little paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
And so from beginning to the end, then take that as your template and go back and create scenes and dialogue.
That's
And
excellent.
you're always going to be rewriting. And then step away and then come back to it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you come back to the script, you're going to be like, oh, wow. Yeah, I can add this. Oh, wow, I can change that.
Right. You sort of look at it with fresh eyes.
Yes.
So Vince, how can folks connect with you? Because we want to make some connections on here for professional purposes, of course. So how can folks reach out to you?
On Instagram under Vince Edgehill, one word, VinceEdgehill. I'm on Facebook under the same name. And also my website is vinceedgehill.com. And then you'll see a whole thing of news, projects I've done, stills, current reel, and yeah.
What is your website again?
VinceEdgehill, one word, .com.
.com.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
So Sabrina was asking for that information. So yeah, you
Yes,
guys.
I am on IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
IMDb. Do you use a stage name?
Well, believe it or not, Vince Edgehill is my stage name, but it's close to my real name. It's Vincent Edgehill without the E in the middle. But people kept butchering my last name. And the last name is from Barbados.
Oh, okay.
So it's really pronounced Edgehill.
Edgehill.
If you're from the islands.
He's an island boy.
Yes.
2 island boys. Come on. 2 island boys.
You know, I would get Ed Hill, Ed. I was like, oh, God. I said, my father told me, just put the E back in. So it just went with Vince Edgehill. Because I hate hearing Vincent. Vincent, you know. So
Vincent, you can only be a Vincent if you've got you have to speak that way in order to be Vincent.
That is true.
That's great, yeah.
That is true.
Or, the other little thing where, they want to call you Vinny. So, hey, I'm like, hey, don't call me Vinny unless you're really calling me for something.
Hey.
That's a whole nother story there.
Now we were talking earlier about your range because, like I said, if you watch your reel, that old reel, the old one, I wasn't home, so I couldn't do a research like I usually do.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a little thing. So, I saw how you went from the very first thing was very soft.
Such a caring therapist or doctor.
Oh, tell me about. And then you build up, and then by the end you were like screaming at that last guy.
And he didn't like that apparently.
I never scream at somebody I look up to.
Oh my gosh, that was so bold. So bold. Like you were in that dude's face.
You were like this, you were screaming at him.
Yeah. That's my buddy Eric Benacourt. He's been on Blue Bloods actually. He has a recurring role on Blue Bloods. And he's tall. And he tried not to laugh at me when I was doing that scene.
Okay.
And I think everyone else in the movie who you guys are challenging should be taller than you, so you have to threaten them like this.
Yeah. I'd kick you in the
I kick you in the
I'd
knee.
kick you in the ankle. Well, my first teacher was Master Kicking Low.
Nice joke.
No, he haven't got it. He's gonna reach in a second. Kicking Low. That was my master.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Okay, let me see what else we have. We have
Oh, because remember when we were talking and we were saying that Chris, and talking about his relationship to New York.
yes.
And you're from New York, and
Yeah.
you might be related or thrice
We
removed
prob-
or something,
We
and
probably have seen each other over there.
hanging around the same. And then Anne Marie came on. Anne Marie was saying that,
Brooklyn.
wow, yeah, it's definitely 6 degrees of separation.
We all know each other, so we have to do something huge.
I love that. Oh, I thought we had another comment.
Oh, okay.
So we posted Vince's contact information, you guys, his Insta, his website. Also, obviously, he's on Facebook as well. So please reach out to him. Let's collab, you guys. Let's also, for the martial artists that we're on, if you're going to the Urban Action Showcase in November, shoot us a message. Let us know. Let's connect. Let's link up, and let's go somewhere. Let's paint the town red.
That's right.
Town red.
Yeah, I also want to say, this is off subject, but Vince, no Vince, Master Renner,
Sensei Renner.
Yeah, he went back to work today.
Wow!
Yes,
shout out to Tom Renner.
Yeah, he was very, very sick. From
the martial arts community,
right.
Yes.
So, just want to say shout out to him that. They welcomed him back. Actually, was on television.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
That's what he was talking about. Got it.
Yeah, they showed it on television because they did a surprise. Welcome back.
It's a shout out to Vince right there from our viewer, Daryl Brackett.
Thank you, Daryl. Nice to meet you too.
Nice. Vince, this was a really great interview.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you two were great. So how can it not be?
We just really enjoy getting to know our guests a little more, finding out more information, and then the questions from our audience that really helps to, keep the conversation going, and just great, just
great audience too. Thank you, Sabrina.
For sure.
Let me see what else is here.
Yes, let's do that. I'm going. So Charles is talking about the Urban Action Showcase in November. And Sabrina's got a comment. Oh, yes, definitely. Nice to meet you, Vince. We will be in touch for sure. Love it.
All right.
I love our
love
viewers.
making connection.
They just really come through, and I'm just here for it. I'm here for it.
Yes, me too. Let me tell you something. This was a fun, exciting, informative. Just all the things that I like. And I hear martial arts. Oh, yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Let's set it up. Let's do that after the exhibition is over.
Yeah, after we have an exhibition coming up. So.
Anyone that's local or local-ish, we have our annual gymnastics exhibition. I believe, I don't know what years this is. I can't remember. But it's over 30 years. Over 30 years. It's when our kids, we culminate the entire year, and we do a choreographed dance and some gymnastics, of course. We have food, raffles, and fun. So if anyone is local to the area and wants to come to the show, send me a message. Let me know. It's going to be in Monticello on Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. I know it's busy, so if you can make it, great. If not, that's okay too. We'll post pictures
and videos.
Thank you so much, Vince, for joining us on Tweed Talks. It was such a pleasure. We can't wait to see you face to face soon in person somewhere.
Absolutely.
Somewhere.
We'll go there. We'll go to Poughkeepsie and take the wife for dinner or something.
Great restaurants.
Yes.
Great.
And we'll see you. Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much, Vince. Have a great night, and we look forward to seeing you soon, my friend.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care.
All right. That was awesome.
Love. Urban Action Showcase. Let's do it. Sabrina, so it's in NYC in Times Square.
Yeah, Times Square. You got to come down.
Yeah. Can we just say a small prayer for Soki Michael Di Pasquale?
Yeah, he passed. He's one of the ones that was on. Let me see. Let me see if I. Could,
Yes, Charles, absolutely.
Um, let me
Do
see
we have a
something.
picture of him?
It may be in there.
Okay. So we're gonna see if we can find a photo, but we will definitely, yes, let's.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I don't see anything coming up.
It's gotta be well.
Okay, well we could just
Yeah.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay. Lord, we thank you, Lord, for Charles giving a request for Soki Di Pasquale, Lord. We pray for his family, Lord, that's going through a difficult time, and all of the martial arts community that is struggling with his loss. We thank you for what he has meant to the martial arts community, and we just ask that you just continue to bless each and every one that is struggling with his loss in a very special way, Lord, especially his family and loved ones. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you,
All right.
Charles.
Charles.
That was awesome. We appreciate that. You know, we want to show love to our family and our friends in the martial arts community. You guys really just like rally around each other so well, and it's just really just a blessing to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something at the beginning, but I wanted to give Vince his time. But yeah,
you're welcome,
very
Charles,
sad.
and prayers for Sensei Renner, give him strength as he goes back to work. You two are so amazing. I absolutely love you. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. Don't make me cry, you guys. Don't make me cry.
Yes, Sabrina, there's some things coming. So we also gotta pray for my wife as well. Some audition that are coming that are very interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Well, people, another show.
Another great Tweed Talks. You guys are awesome sauce.
Vince has that energy.
I told you that. I'm trying to tell you.
So when I met him, I just knew right away.
Yeah.
So and I was waiting to get him on, and so when I saw a couple of things on the page, I said, "Yep." You didn't even know he was coming.
I didn't. You said
it
Vince.
was a surprise.
I'm like,
yes, it was a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay, people. Well, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, guys.
We will continue to bring you guests like Vince and other exciting news. And as always,
Sabrina's trying to make me cry.
What she said?
She said, anything we need, we've got you guys, even from Arizona.
Thank you, Sabrina. We meet some wonderful people, and we are blessed that we have that connection with a lot of people. And look, so the guests that we have met, here and there, and they are unbelievable people. So that's why I trust in humanity, because people concentrate on this all bad stuff, and meanwhile we have all these people that are just great.
Yeah, love, peace, and hair grease. Do people still use grease?
Hair grease.
I don't use grease anymore, but maybe people do. Like the blue, they have to because they still sell it in the store. That Blue Magic hair grease that comes in a tub that's like this big. Come here, baby. Let me grease your scalp.
Okay.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining us on Tweed Talks. Yeah, that's funny. That's true too.
If you have dreads.
If you have dreads.
My dress fell off.
It was another great show, you guys. And as always,
love, peace, and harmony. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Every
Bye-bye.
4 weeks. Every 4